Remember in The Simpsons when Snake said, "Why do I even bother?" Well, that's how I feel about doing an Insomniac Lunatic Fringe Giants postgame show, but I might as well do one. The Giants have now lost five straight after another pathetic, lackluster, and embarrassing 5-1 loss to the Rays in their two games in Tampa. The Giants have scored just one run. I wish I could tell you I was joking, but I'm not. They've lost five straight. They're now a new season low, 7 games under 500 at 13-20. I said last night that I would like to say that this is a low point in the season, but I just feel like this is going to go on a while. So once again, Landon Roop, who is, other than his outing against the Mets in which he gave up 5 runs on April 4th, has been great for the Giants this season and has had a pair of big outings for the Giants, particularly April 16th in Cincinnati, to help the Giants avert the sweep in that series, went 6 innings and gave up just a hit. And then in the series opener against the Dodgers, Tony Vitello skipped Tyler Mahle in favor of Landon Roop, and Roop showed up big time, just a run and a hit over 5 innings en route to a Giants win. And then, of course, this past Sunday against Miami, went 7 and 2/3 innings, giving up just 2 hits and 3 runs. And he pitched 3 shutout innings tonight, but the Rays got on the board on a base hit by Jake Fraley in the bottom of the 4th, and then they put up a big crooked number off Roop in the bottom of the 5th. Cedric Mullins walked with the bases loaded, and then Jonathan Aranda lined a base at center to knock in a pair. Giants would score a run in the top of the 6th inning on an RBI base hit by Rafael Devers. I still think he needs to be sat for a while, but he did knock in the lone run for the Giants tonight. The Rays would get another run in the bottom of the 8th off Gregory Santos, who was making his 2026 debut. He gave up a run. So just another lackluster performance by the Giants. Willy Adames went 0 for 4. He's now hitting 194. And I will do my nightly. The Giants need to call up Jesus Rodriguez, and the Giants need to make switches to the roster now. Yeah, they're rebuilding. I know that. And I wish Buster would just be honest about it. But it's May 3rd. The season is still very much salvageable. We're only 33 games in. We still have 129 of these babies to go. It's a long season, and it's very salvageable. And there's no reason for the Giants to not, at the very least, contend with the talent they have on this roster. But Devers and Adames need to be out of the lineup, and they need to be out of the lineup for a while because they are hurting the team, period. By the way, Matt Chapman went 0 for 4 with a hat trick. He's now hitting 254. Drew Gilbert, nice to see he went 1 for 2 tonight with a walk. His average up to 283. Patrick Bailey 0 for 3. He's hitting 152. Luis Arias, another great night tonight. 3 for 4. His average now at 317. And his parents were there. That was pretty cool. I will say this. If the Giants are indeed out of contention at the deadline, which is looking more and more likely by the day, the good news is Luis Arias is going to be a great trade chip, and he's going to net us some pretty good prospects. That's the one good thing I can say. We did have some entertainment. In the bottom of the 2nd, Elliot Ramos flew out deep to center, and it looked like it might have gotten a piece of the catwalk or something. The catwalk at the Trop has long been a source of controversy. So the Giants requested a review, which doesn't, the home run challenges, which of course those were the first plays that were able to be reviewed. Remember back when they started at the end of August of 2008, and actually the first ever home run challenge was at the Trop. 3 of the 4 guys would go down into the tunnel. Look at that really shitty quality video for like 10 minutes. Anyway, so it doesn't require a challenge to do a home run review. The call was upheld. Frank Anderson, who was the director of pitching, he and Tony were out on the field yelling at the umpires. Vic Carapazza, the second base umpire and the crew chief who administered the review, showed Anderson the door. Hunter Whittlestead threw Adrian Hauser off the Giants bench and was saying, "Who do you think you are?" And Hunter, being a buzzkill, didn't throw out Tony Vitello. That would have been so cool for so many reasons. Two emotional guys and an old school National League umpire at Hunter Weddlestat, and they're just really emotional. Former college, now Major League manager Tony Vitello. Those two could have gone at it for a good couple of minutes. It would have been great entertainment for us fans, and it would have been good for the team. A little old-fashioned manager to umpire rhubarb. Why couldn't have Hunter thrown out Vitello? And actually, Tony's also to blame with that. Why couldn't you have been thrown out, Tony? Would have been such a win-win on so many levels. So those are my thoughts tonight. I'll just give you 6 minutes, but this is not good. And it only promises to get worse. Again, Padres come in for 3. Pirates come in for 3. And then we go to Chavez Ravine for 4 against the Dodgers. Boy, am I really looking forward to that. Not. So I have some really great news for the Giants. As they try to avoid the sweep later today, they're going to put all of their hopes in Tyler Mahle. He'll be up against the veteran left-hander Steven Matz. First pitch of the Trop will be at 10:40 Pacific, 1:40 Eastern. And hopefully, hey, it's baseball. Weird things happen. Maybe Tyler Mahle will put together a good performance and the Giants can come out of this nightmare of a 2008 World Series road trip with a win. All right, that's all I can give you tonight. Mauricio is here. I want to shout out to my buddy, Mauricio Segura, who was with me at the A's game today. Hey, Mauricio, it's always a pleasure to have you come on here. Thanks for hanging with me at the A's game today. Thanks for putting up with my shenanigans. Well, go get him, Tyler Mahle. This has been a production of Sports Radio Service. The views and language on the show do not necessarily reflect those of Sports Radio Service, its leader, my boss, Lee Leonard, and their sponsors. For Mauricio, who came to say hi, I'm Stephen Ruderman. I hope you enjoyed my brief meanderings tonight. Love you too, buddy. Let's hope Tyler Mahle can surprise some people. Have a good night. I'll talk to you soon.